Have you ever stopped on the street, completely mesmerized by a musician, magician, or dancer performing in front of a cheering crowd? Street performing, also known as busking, is one of the oldest and purest forms of live entertainment. It's where art meets the public, raw and real. But behind the magic of the moment lies skill, strategy, and courage. Welcome to HowExpert Tip of the Day, where we bring you real-world tips from our how-to guides on all topics from A to Z. If you want to learn even more in-depth strategies, examples, and techniques on this topic, check out HowExpert Guide to Street Performing, available at Amazon, Audible, Barnes & Amp, Noble, Google, Kobo, Apple, Spotify, and all major bookstores as an ebook, paperback, hardback, and audiobook. Street performing is about connecting with people through art, right there on the sidewalk, in the subway, or at a festival. It's performance without barriers. No ticket prices, no fancy venues, just you, your talent, and the energy of a live audience. In this video, we'll explore what street performing really takes, how to prepare, perform, and profit while creating unforgettable experiences for your audience. 1. Street performing is as much about people as performance. The first thing to understand is that busking isn't just about your art, it's about engaging strangers. Your real skill lies in grabbing attention and holding it. A great street performer reads the crowd like a conductor reads an orchestra. Maybe you start small, performing for 1 or 2 curious onlookers, but soon that energy grows, and suddenly there's a circle of 20, 50, or even 100 people cheering you on. Think of it this way. In a theater, the audience comes to you. On the street, you have to earn every glance. The key? Smile, make eye contact, and give people a reason to stop. 2. Location is everything. Every seasoned street performer knows that where you perform is just as important as what you perform. The best spots have 3 ingredients: foot traffic, visibility, and sound space. A busy plaza or subway entrance can be gold, but so can a local farmer's market or city park. However, don't forget legality. Many cities require permits for street performance. In places like London's Covent Garden or New York's Central Park, there are designated busking zones with specific rules. Here's the tip. Scout your location ahead of time. Watch the flow of people, check the acoustics, and make sure you're not blocking walkways. A well-chosen spot can double your audience and your earnings. 3. Your setup is your stage. You might not have lights, curtains, or microphones, but your setup tells your story. Whether you're a juggler, guitarist, or human statue, how you present yourself makes a difference. A clean, organized setup communicates professionalism. Use signs that show your name or social media. Bring a small case or bucket for tips, and arrange your space so it's clear where the performance begins. For example, many magicians lay down a rope circle to define their stage. Musicians might place their open guitar case front and center, inviting donations naturally. Remember, presentation transforms a random patch of sidewalk into your personal theater. 4. Build your show like a journey. A good street performance has structure, a beginning that attracts attention, a middle that entertains, and a finale that leaves people amazed. Start with something eye-catching to stop passers-by. A big note, a bold move, or even humor. Then build momentum, layering your act until you reach the peak moment. A fire juggler, for instance, might begin with unlit torches, add some playful banter, and then light them dramatically for the finale. The structure keeps people engaged and encourages them to stay till the end. And when they stay till the end, they're far more likely to tip. Here's the insight. Even though it's street art, it benefits from thoughtful storytelling and pacing. The best buskers are not improvisers. They're choreographers of energy. 5. Know how to handle the unexpected. The street is unpredictable. You might have weather changes, hecklers, police officers checking permits, or even another performer setting up too close. Adaptability is part of the game. When a child wanders into your act, make it fun and include them. If a sudden downpour hits, turn it into a punchline and wrap up gracefully. And if a crowd member tries to disrupt you, stay calm, stay polite, and keep the audience on your side. A veteran busker once said, "Street performing teaches you to be fearless. If you can survive doing magic in a windstorm while a dog barks at you, you can handle anything." The takeaway: the streets are your classroom. Every show teaches resilience. 6. Turning art into income. The art of the hat line. Yes, you're performing for passion, but also for a paycheck. The way you ask for tips, known as the hat line, is an art in itself. Never apologize for asking, own it. After your finale, look at the crowd with gratitude and confidence. Then say something like, "Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the show, please come forward and show your appreciation. Your support keeps this art alive." Professional buskers know how to make this moment natural, even entertaining. Some performers crack jokes. Others use props, like dropping the first bill in their own case to break the ice. The key is timing. Ask when the audience's emotions are at their peak. 7. Treat it like a profession, not a hobby. Street performing can be spontaneous, but the best performers treat it like a real business. That means practicing regularly, tracking earnings, learning local laws, and investing in good equipment. Many full-time buskers travel internationally, performing at festivals and events while building online followings. For example, musicians like Ed Sheeran, Tracy Chapman, and even comedian Robin Williams started as street performers. They used public spaces to refine their craft, connect with real audiences, and eventually break into mainstream success. So here's the truth. The street isn't the end goal, it's the launch pad. Imagine a young guitarist named Leo. He starts playing in a small plaza, nervous and unsure. The first day, no one stops. The second day, a few people linger. By the end of the week, he's learned how to smile, project his voice, and time his songs with the rhythm of the crowd. 1 month later, he's performing for 50 people, earning enough to pay his rent, and realizing he's not just a guy with a guitar. He's an artist who brings strangers together through music. That's what street performing is all about: courage, connection, and creativity. To recap, the art of street performing comes down to 7 key ideas. Engage people first. It's about connection. Pick the right location for visibility and flow. Structure your show with a clear beginning, middle, and end. Embrace unpredictability with confidence. Master the art of the hat line. Treat your craft like a career. When you combine artistry with authenticity, the street becomes your stage, and the world becomes your audience. And here's the mic drop line: you don't need a stage to perform, you just need the courage to start. For even more tips, techniques, and real-world insights on this topic, check out HowExpert Guide to Street Performing, available at Amazon, Audible, Barnes & Amp, Noble, Google, Kobo, Apple, Spotify, and all major bookstores as an ebook, paperback, hardback, and audiobook. HowExpert publishes how-to guides on all topics from A to Z. Visit howexpert.com to learn more.